Make sure to stock up for Black Friday, a refrigerator that literally makes you smile, an iPad gets swapped for notepads, places Apple users tend to be the most accident-prone, and an Austrian man breaks skydiving world records. I'm Monica Helms with Petra Industries, and I'm here to bring you 5 of the week's hottest news stories, all right here on Petra Channels. As of today, Wednesday, October 17th, we officially have 37 days until Black Friday. Are you ready? If not, you better get there. You won't see deals like this again until next year. We're offering up to 75% off on hot name brand products, as well as more than 300 new price drops. I'm talking products from brands like JVC, iLove, Garmin, Kobe, and more. Make sure to log in at petra.com/current-email to flip through SF412 and get a look at all these great deals. We've got smartphones, smart vacuums, smart houses, so it only makes sense that something like a smart fridge would pop up. While not as sophisticated as something like the iOS platform, although perhaps a little less directionally challenged, a system called the happiness counter has been developed to naturally encourage smiling in everyday life. In this case, it comes in the form of a refrigerator equipped with a built-in Sony CyberShot digital camera, smile recognition technology, and an attached light sensor. Yep, this thing can sense when the person standing in front of it flashes a smile, at which point the door will unlock. You'd think this would be handy for those of us who like to eat our feelings, but as it turns out, the fridge will still open even if you don't flash those pearly whites. You just have to pull on the door a little harder. If you ask me, that sounds like a fair trade. Even if I can't smile for the fridge, the slice of cake on the other side of the door is sure going to perk me up. Even cooler, researchers might actually be onto something with this one. A series of trials to test its effectiveness found that participants were more likely to smile forcefully within the first few days, but most were likely to smile more naturally by day 10. The team behind the device also suggests that the use of smile-activated technology has the potential to boost productivity and morale in the workplace. For example, the happiness counter could be installed outside a meeting room, and only those who smile are allowed to enter. I wonder if we can get one of these things installed before my 90-day review. A Texas woman got a big surprise last week when, in an attempt to buy an iPad as a birthday gift for her 15-year-old daughter, she discovered she'd accidentally bought a box stuffed with yellow notepads instead. I'd ask who buys their 15-year-old an iPad, but I've been told that's not the crazy part of the story. Upon discovering that she had not, in fact, accidentally just bought that pricey recycled paper, the woman rushed back to Walmart to speak with a manager about the issue, demonstrating the box had been wrapped in plastic upon purchase and was about the expected weight of an actual iPad. Now, if you consider for a moment how helpful the average Walmart employee is, it should come as no surprise to find out that the store manager responded to the complaint by shrugging and avoiding eye contact. After a bit of pushing by a local news station, a statement was issued stating that, after tracing the product history, the store had determined this to be a case involving a fraudulent return, because apparently they were the only ones who didn't already know that. Walmart also went on to add that someone had apparently bought an iPad at its store, then professionally resealed it with the notepads inside and returned it. All jokes aside, when it comes to big-ticket purchases, make sure to check inside the box before you leave the store. You can never be too careful. Since 2007, Americans have spent nearly $6 billion fixing damaged iPhones. iPhone accidents happen at a rate 10 times higher than loss or theft. In the last year, some 30% of iPhones have incurred damage in some way. Now, I think everyone is guilty of accidentally dropping their phone from time to time, but do you remember where you were when you did it? Roughly 51% of Apple owners are accident-prone at home, so don't kid yourself on this one. I know I'm definitely part of that group. But as it turns out, there are actual iPhone danger zones in your home, places where you're more likely to drop or otherwise damage your phone. The most common places for these accidents to occur are the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, driveway, and the bedroom. So really, nowhere is safe. The official breakdown is as follows. 21% of accidents happen in the kitchen, 18% in the living room, 16% in the bathroom, gross, and 10% in the driveway. Nearly 70% of iPhone accidents are caused by the owner, whether they're willing to admit it or not, and the most commonly spilled liquids are water, soda, and beer. Having had to replace a smartphone myself, I'm definitely going to make sure to keep these stats in mind. Felix Baumgartner broke world records on Sunday when he became the first person to skydive from 24 miles above the New Mexican desert, as well as the first person to break the speed of sound without the assistance of a craft. The Austrian skydiver was in freefall for 119,846 feet for nearly 4.5 minutes, and wore a pressurized suit similar to a spacesuit to protect from the frigid, oxygen-deprived air. 7 million people watched as he floated toward the sky via a 550-foot-tall helium balloon. Muttering the words, "I'm coming home," onlookers held their breaths as Baumgartner depressurized his capsule and stepped off the platform. Afterwards, the skydiver described the fall, saying that he increasingly began to spin, and admitting that for a short time, he thought he might even lose consciousness. On behalf of acrophobics everywhere, I feel compelled to ask, dude, what is wrong with you? That's all for this week's 5 and 5. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter for more hot industry news.